shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Run.
That's right, folks. Run. We are back with another installment of The Problem with That. And today's problem with that is going to be what I'm wearing on my face. A mask. Problem with masks. Well, the problem with masks is they're becoming mandated around the country. They're mandated in here, there, and everywhere else. But yet, what I have on my face is completely acceptable in the public. Because people think this is protecting them. Dude, this mask ain't protecting me from shit. Not protecting you from shit either. But this is what's okay, acceptable. But with me taking this mask off, it's no longer acceptable. I'm no longer accepted in public. I can have the mask I just showed you that I could suck cigarette smoke through and blow it back out, which means a virus isn't going to be stopped by this. Transmission isn't going to be stopped by this. But yeah, that's okay. But with what I'm doing right now is not okay. Well, folks, there's a lot of fucking shit that you need to learn about masks. And we're going to start off with OSHA. OSHA is one of those that have wonderful things. PDF file I'm about ready to tell you. Respiratory protection. This is OSHA's respiratory protection. Their guidelines, their 42-page respiratory protection for businesses. Guess what? They're going to be changing it here soon because what I'm about to read has nothing to do with a viral infection and everything else. So the guidelines that I'm about ready to read have nothing to do with what my OSHA standards at work are. But they are. Because what I'm about ready to read actually dictates everything that you think you know about masks or what you're told about masks. Guess what, folks? Masks aren't protecting you. They're giving you the false illusion that you're being protected. Ready? Let's hit some facts. So, respiratory protection, this OSHA document right here, it has a couple pages that go down, and it's prelude in the context page. I'll let you know what's going on, but respiratory protection. What is a respirator? A respirator is a protective device that covers the nose and mouth or the entire face or head to guard the wearer against hazardous atmospheres. I guess we have hazardous atmospheres right now because there's a virus going around. There's a virus going around 24/7, 365 days a year, 30 years ago. We didn't have to wear protection. We didn't have to do any of that. Because 30 years ago, most people knew how to wash their hands and not spread fucking disease around. I guess in the 21st century, nobody knows how to do that anymore. I guess that was something lost in school, lost in the parental teachings. I guess all this was just lost. Because this was something I learned at a young age. Wash your hands. Don't cough or sneeze on people. And don't touch your face after you've touched other things. Shit, I learned that when I was 7. But I guess now, 30 years later, people don't know how to do that. So, what is a respirator? A respirator is a protective device, tightly fitting. This is half mask, which covers the mouth and nose, and full face pieces that cover the face from hairline to below the chin. So what I was just wearing didn't go below the chin. Let's hope I'm still recording. This is fucking pissing me off right now. Loose fitting, such as a hood or helmet that covers the head completely. In addition, there are pretty much two classifications of respirators, and no, it's not. God damn it. There we go. We're back. Hey, shit. Okay, cool. We're not god damn it, but god damn it. So most of you probably aren't getting a good visual right now, but you're going to get the audio because the audio comes through quite clear. So air purifying, which is pretty much what we want to do right now with this COVID-19, right? Air purifying, which removes contaminants from the air and atmosphere supply. Now, atmosphere supply is something that I've used in a paint booth and or media blasting booth. It is a full bodysuit. It supplies fresh air to you because the atmosphere you're in, you cannot breathe in. Guess what? We don't have that yet. Yet. I say yet. Some shit. They're going to push towards that. Yeah, everybody's got to wear a suit with an oxygen tank just to go out into public. Come on now, folks. Why do employees need respirators? When employees must work in an environment that has insufficient oxygen or harmful dust, fog, smokes, mists, fumes, gases, vapors, or sprays are present, they need respirators. Their health hazard may cause cancer, lung impairment, or disease or death. Okay, so there's where our mask requirement comes in. It may cause disease or death. It has nothing to do with the rest of it. It may cause disease or death. But we'll get into the whole your mask isn't doing jack shit later. Where toxic substances are present in the workplace and engineering controls are inadequate to reduce or eliminate them, respirators are necessary. Your mask is a respirator, folks. You can go ahead and argue with me all you want. Your mask is a respirator. Some atmosphere supplies respirators can also be used to protect against oxygen deficiency atmospheres. This is where the ones where I actually wore a whole bodysuit, full hood, hooked up to an air supply, actual oxygen air supply, and painted and or media blasted vehicles came into play. Because if you were out in that atmosphere, you aren't breathing. Increased breathe rates, accelerated heartbeat, and impaired thinking or coordination occur more quickly in an oxygen deficient and or hazardous atmosphere. Your mask is causing that right now. If you don't have a fresh air supply and you have a mask on, you are actually depriving yourself from what I just said. When do employees need to wear respirators? Employees need to wear respirators whenever engineering and or work practice control measures are not adequate to prevent atmospheric contamination at the worksite. Again, so my customers come in, they have COVID. The atmosphere isn't okay, so I need to wear a respirator. Come on, folks. Jesus Christ. Can you not see where this is going? I mean, your little face masks aren't doing shit. I've been around this shit for a long time. I've learned about respirators. I've learned about that. I'm not a actual scientific person that knows what he's talking about. So my say has nothing to do with it. I've worked around these since I was about 19, 20 years old. Painted cars, learned about chemicals, know about actual atmospheric conditions where I'm at. Hell, back when I was 7 or 8, I learned about biology too and how to not spread disease. But I guess in the 21st century, people are stupid and haven't been educated yet. So let's educate you some more. Respirators have their limitations and are not a substitute for effective engineering and work practice controls. Yeah, these are fallbacks, folks. when it is not possible to use these controls to reduce airborne contaminants below these occupation exposure levels, such as during certain maintenance and repair operations. Yeah, well, I just got to do it because life, I guess, tells me I have to. Respiratory use may be the best or only way to reduce worker exposure. I don't give a shit about worker exposure, nor do I give a shit about your exposure. I've been pushed to that brink, folks. I've been pushed to the we're not going to ask nicely because they never ask nicely. And I say, oh, we should wear them. We need to wear them. And everybody, oh, now not enough people are wearing them. We're going to tell you to wear them. Well, fuck you. Literally. Why? I've never asked you to do shit for me. Never. I never told you that you should wear a mask for me. I never told you that you're virtue signaling to tell you, ooh, I'm wearing it for your protection. No, I never asked for this. I never told you to wear a mask for me. You just want to. Well, good. Go ahead. Wear one for me. I'm not going to wear one for you. I'm not going to wear one for myself. I know better. I know what's going on. I see the numbers. I see what's going on. And none of it adds up. Everybody's like, oh, the influenza flu. This is worse than that. No, it's not. The influenza flu back in 1918, the Spanish flu, killed 200,000 people in the matter of 2 months. We haven't even hit 160,000 in the matter of 7. Okay. And not even close. Your rhetoric from the beginning of this is starting to fall apart. Just like the rest of this will fall apart over the next 6 to 8 months. Even with cases are spiking. Yeah, well, people aren't dying. Hospitals aren't becoming overrun. They aren't. Some states are, but some states should have been ready for this because this is what was going to happen. I mean, we laid this out at the beginning. We flatten the curve, let the hospitals be able to handle this, and then open it up because there was no way of stopping it. It's a virus, folks. It is something that in our society is going to happen. We got to learn how to take care of it. We don't have to learn how to not stop it. You want to stop it. You think you can stop death. You think you can stop people from living. Well, unfortunately, 100,000 people to me is not worth the death of a country. It's not, folks. America is a wonderful thing because of freedom. And if we're going to allow that to be demolished by 100,000 deaths, I guess the 200,000, 300,000, the deaths in World War I, the deaths in World War II, the deaths in the Civil War have nothing to do with that. There was a lot more than 150,000 deaths in all those wars combined just to protect our freedom. But now you're willing to give that up over 150,000 deaths. Man, fuck you. You're done. You don't know what you're talking about. And you really need to go relearn history if you think 150,000 deaths is a lot of deaths. This shit's just irking me, folks. Let's get back to OSHA, though. How can you ensure proper protection? Yeah, well, OSHA gives a little guidelines to that. Procedures to ensure proper protection. Again, these are all OSHA's standards to all these masks have training, has background. You have to go through it. But we're throwing this out here like it's nothing. Oh, just wear a mask. Well, just wearing a mask doesn't do shit. I can put a cloth over my mouth. Doesn't mean I'm fucking not sharing viruses and spreading it around and doing everything else. You might feel safe, but you're not doing anything. It's the placebo effect, folks. Just because it feels good and it's okay doesn't mean it's actually working. How do you choose the correct respirator? Well, again, nobody knows, and we're going to go into that here in a little bit. What specific respirator to use? And it gives this. So Oxygen deficiency, it actually gives full face piece pressurized systems, gas vapors, all that. Not immediate dangerous to life or health. Gas and vapor contamination. Yeah, it gives pretty much the N95 respirators. But that's not dangerous life to health. But I thought we were in dangerous life to health because me, mom, and people are going to die. Who needs to be trained? Training is essential for correct respirator use. Come on, folks. I mean, nobody's wearing anything correctly. How do you make sure your respirator fits properly? Again, nobody wear it. It's an individual thing. This is why most hospitals actually form fit the mask that these people use. Nobody's form fitting shit when you're out in public. I mean, one of the guys I fought with tonight, and it all started with his post that somebody had a scarf on. Scarves aren't doing shit. If you think they are and you're okay with somebody wearing that, you're a fucking moron. How do you inspect and take care of your respirator? Again, nobody's doing this. I mean, can't remember the last time I watched this because, frankly, I don't care. It's not doing anything. I can breathe in and breathe out, but nobody says anything because I have a mask on. So let's get to an actual OSHA experts and the mask breakdown. So we're going to talk about N95 masks and masks with exhale ports, surgical masks, and filters and cloths. Unfortunately, folks, okay, let's start with the N95. This is the N95. N95 masks are designed for contaminated environments. That means when you exhale through an N95, the design is that you are exhaling into contamination. The exhale from an N95 masks are vented to breathe straight out without filtration. They don't filter the air on the way out. They don't need to. So anybody wearing this mask, yes, you might be filtering it in on the way in, but you are not filtering it out on the way out. Surgical masks. So let's go to surgical. No, that's not surgical mask. That's a surgical mask. Surgical mask, though. Before I do this, let's. This is also one of those exhale port things. So anything coming in is filtered, but no matter who's wearing this one right here, if it's on its way out, it's not getting filtered. That's why my company that I work for, this is not an acceptable mask to wear. Because the fact when I breathe out, it's not getting filtered. Okay, now let's move on to surgical masks. Surgical masks, these masks were designed and approved for sterile environments. The number of particles and contaminants in the outside and indoor environments where people are clogging these masks very, very quickly. The moisture from your breath combined with the clogging mask will render it useless. If you come in contact with COVID and your mask traps it, you become a walking virus dispenser. Every time you put your mask on and you breathe the germs from everywhere you went. They should be changed or thrown away every 20 to 30 minutes in a non-sterile environment. So if you go take one of these masks and walk into Walmart, Myers, Kroger's, Dollar General, any store, and you're there for more than 20 minutes, your mask is useless. You have just completely destroyed it, and it's no longer any good. Cloth masks. So, cloth masks. These things right here. I can't even believe I have to explain this one. Today, 3 people pointed their mask and walked by me in Lowe's. They said, "You gotta wear your mask, bro." I said very clearly, "Those masks don't work, bro. In fact, they make you sicker. They punish me. They push me." But now, hopefully, you all know cloth masks do not filter anything. You mean the American flag on my Aunt made? Yes. The one with the sunflowers that looks cute. Yes, the bandanas. The cut up t shirt. The scarf. All of them offer no filtration whatsoever. As you exhale, you're ridding your lungs of contaminants and carbon dioxide. Cloth max traps that carbon dioxide. It actually risks your health. Rather than protecting it, the moisture caught in these masks can become mildewy, ridden overnight, dry cough, allergies, sore throat, and all the symptoms of micro mold in your masks. Again, folks, yeah, pretty much nothing. And here's the one that friend got. He had a banana, so he's trying. Still not doing anything. I mean, no mask is better than what we got going on right here. It just astonishes me that so N95 blows the virus in the air from a contaminated person. The surgical mask is not designed for the outside world and will not filter the virus upon the inhalation. Its filtration works on the exhale, like a vacuum bag. It only works one way, but likely stops after 20 minutes, rendering it useless outside of a sterile environment. Cloth masks are worse than none. Its environment is using a chain link fence to stop mosquitoes. The CDC wants us to keep wearing masks. The masks don't work. They're being used to provide false comfort and push forward a specific agenda. For the love of God, research each mask designed to use and purpose. I bet you find none are used in the way of viral defense. Just like every flu season, kids, wash your hands, sanitize your hands, don't touch stuff, sanitize your phone, don't touch people, and keep your distance. Why? Because your breath stinks, your deodorant is failing, your shoes are old and stinky, and the shirt's not clean. And I like my space. Trust me, I can hear you from here. Lots of reasons to keep your distance and work on body hygiene, but trust me, the masks do not work. I know, fact sucks. They throw a wrench into the packaged pill or perfectly packaged pill and willingly swallowing. Facts make you have to form your own opinion instead of regurgitating someone else's. And I know how uncomfortable that makes a lot of you because I get it quite a bit. If your Mac gives you security, by all means wear it. Just know it is a false sense of security, and you shouldn't shame anyone into partaking in such conspiracies. Haha, yeah.